Hey, welcome to a brand new edition of The Rundown with Ramon. My name is Ramon Ray, publisher of zoneofgenius.com, and I'm so glad you're here today. I am live, and normally I don't take a call. My wife is calling me, and I'm going live, but let me see if I can just type her back a message. Wow, okay, yeah, well, that's interesting. Okay, I'm live, and I normally should have my phone off, but it's your wife. She's calling me, and I'm like, you could, in case it's urgent. You know what? Maybe this is urgent. I'm live. Let's just take the call and let me see. Uh wow, that's never been before done where I'm like, oh, my wife is calling me. Let me just see here. Should I answer this call? Like, should I answer it? Um now? You know what? This has never been before. Okay. Anyways, I think it's not urgent. That's great. Well, welcome to a brand new edition of the Rundown with Ramon. I should have had my call on vibrate. I guess you wouldn't have heard the ring that I wouldn't have picked it up. But I'm like, you know what? No one's gonna call me. It's Thanksgiving Day. But if it's urgent, I guess she'll call me or she'll DM me or text me. But anyways, all right. Welcome to the Rundown with Ramon. No, I am not going to stop this episode, and no, I am not going to redo it over again. I'm just not going to do that. I'm just going to let it go live. You just heard the phone ring. You heard me answer the phone, and it happens. It happens, and this leads into the episode I want to talk about today, and it's an episode of gratefulness. Thankfulness. Today is Thursday, 27th of November, and I am grateful. I am thankful for the wife I married, and that's one thing I was thinking about today. In life, sometimes you get a chance to do things over. In life, some things you don't get to put things over. Some things you don't get to do over, some things you do get to do things over again. Some things you do, some things you don't. But here's the question today. Are you still grateful? Are you still thankful? And that's the one aspect I wanted to touch on today is I'm grateful for my wife. We've been married 31 years. I think it's 31 years or 32 years. Side note, why do especially wives get all upset when you don't remember the exact amount of years you've been married? I think it's so stupid. You have to remember the exact amount of years you've been married. Like, oh, he doesn't know if it's 31 or 32. He doesn't love me. It's so stupid, people. I'm sorry. Anyways, that's a side note. So I'm grateful for my wife. Hey, Ayanna, 31 years or about 32 years. Can't remember which one it is we've been married. And she's a great woman. Is our marriage perfect? Needless to say, of course it's not perfect. Am I a perfect husband? Of course I'm not the perfect husband. But when I think about the 31 years we built together, have two adult children. One son lives in Europe. Our daughter lives in the West Coast of the USA. Our daughter just had a baby August 27th. When I think about all those kind of things, I have so much to be thankful for as we remember being grateful on this Thanksgiving Day. That celebrates in the USA. Of course, other countries don't celebrate Thanksgiving like we like we celebrate. Our history is different. But today's a special day. It's a day we remember and are grateful, yes, in the American context, but I think we can be thankful overall for the people around us. Many of you will have family with us. Some of you won't have family with you. So I'm thankful for my wife. Yesterday, I had James Johnson show up here, surprise me at my house. James is 30 years old, friends with my son, played together my home many days, and knew him when he lived here and there and elsewhere. And he shared some things with me that made me wanted to cry in a good way. Some ways that I impacted his life that I just didn't know. That's right, Dr. Will. I just didn't know, just didn't realize how I impacted his life. And some things you won't know until later on. And this is why I say every day, every chance you can, make an impact, because you never know whose life you're impacting or how. You just never know. You never know how you're impacting someone's life. You just never know. So I'm grateful for James Johnson. He showed up at my house unannounced. He knew my wife knew he was coming. And he shared, Ramon, the summary of it was how you impacted my life as a little boy and me being an older man in his life, which is impactful, and helped him out in various ways, which I won't get into here. So I'm grateful for him. And I want to do an episode today talking about the power of thankfulness and gratefulness in business and in life. But before I do that, just looking at the screen here of Ayanna and I don't know each other that well. Like, we don't go golfing together. We don't, go to each other's houses or eat together and all those kind of things. But we've been in a mutual coaching program together. Shout out to Lamar Tyler, Traffic Salesman Profit. And we've gotten to know each other just from a distance on this live. She shows up here 7:30 in the morning. That fits her schedule, and she sees value in being here. And what an amazing human Ayanna has been to me. So I'm grateful for you, Ayanna. I'm grateful for how you show up in the world and how you will help me to transform my piano skills in the coming days. As my piano sits right outside there, sitting on the wall. I still have got to buy a stand and a keyboard and a power cable. I'm grateful for Dr. Will Moreland, one of the most amazing, beautiful humans that I know. Dr. Will Moreland, a professional speaker, a business coach, a leadership training coach, and more as he goes on his life and does what he does in the world. Grateful for you, Dr. Will Moreland. So I wanted to touch on today a few things, and I wanted to touch on today, as I look at some of my notes here, the power of thankfulness in life and in business. And I wanted to walk through 11 key points that we can think about how we can be thankful and why. One, thankfulness. Gratitude, it changes your state. It changes how you are immediately by being grateful. See, you can't be grateful and you can't be frustrated at the same time. It's hard to do that. To be angry and upset and frustrated and miserable and nasty at the same time be grateful. You can't do both. Gratitude pulls your mind into a different way of thinking. That way of thinking is into an abundance mindset. Second thing to happen is entrepreneurs often operate in stress mode. We're stressed a lot. Cash flow, employees. Will this happen? Will this not happen? How do I grow this? How do I do that? But thankfulness flips the emotional switch and puts you into a different state. Another thing about thankfulness and gratefulness is thankfulness improves clarity, reduces anxiety, and helps you make better decisions if you're operating from an attitude of thankfulness. So it changes the mindset. It changes the mind state. I think about Corey Ten Boom. There's a famous Christian movie called The Hiding Place, produced probably back in the 70s or so. Old movie called The Hiding Place. You should look it up. And these Dutch two ladies, they weren't even Jewish. Two Dutch ladies were in a Nazi concentration camp because they had hidden Jews in Netherlands, I believe it was. So they were in a concentration camp. And one of the sisters said, we can still be grateful for the lice because the lice in our hair keeps the guards coming out of our area. So we can still be grateful. This is an important thing to do. They're talking about here the power of gratefulness in all the situations. Gratefulness changes and gratitude changes your state immediately. Thinking about thankfulness, thankfulness strengthens your relationships. People want to work with people who appreciate them. I would like to think that one of the reasons that me and Dr. Will Moreland's relationship is there because we appreciate each other. We don't talk a lot. We don't hang out a lot, but we have spent some time together, but we follow each other online. We have a mutual appreciation for each other. So he wants to hang around me and see me soar. I want to hang around him and see him soar. When I see Alexandra Nicole, people want to hang around people who feel appreciated. I'm appreciated of Alexandra Nicole. She's appreciated of me. She shows up to my lives. I show up to her life. She shows up to things I'm doing. I show up to things she's doing. Want to be appreciated of each other. It goes both ways. This is how life is. This is how God made us. We can't not have it. When I help my grandson, he's a little baby, but he likes to feel that warm embrace. He likes to feel that heartbeat. He likes to feel that human connection. This is how God has made us people. Point number 3, it helps you see opportunities instead of obstacles. When your mindset is gratefully dialed in, you notice what is working, not just what's broken. This creates creativity, resilience, and the ability to spot opportunities that others may miss because you see opportunities ahead. You see, you know what? I don't see a stoppage. I don't see a wall. I see a ladder because I'm grateful, because I'm thankful. My mind's in a whole different place. My mind's in a whole different area. I can see ahead. I can see the way forward. Look at any of the greats in business, the greats in life, the greats that you may say their name, the Zig Ziglars, the Toni Morrisons, the maybe the Abraham Lincolns, any of the greats of recent or past history. I bet they had an era of gratefulness in them, of thankfulness. They could see places that others couldn't see because they were grateful. Alexandra Nicole talks about that's the next level of gratitude. Being grateful for the lights to keep the guards away. And isn't it true, Alexandria? When you're down in their gratefulness to that level, you see things others don't see. The glass dropping is broken. Well, you know what? That's okay. What an opportunity to get a new one. We needed a new one anyhow. And you move on. That's the way that you can go about through life. This doesn't mean it's Pollyanna-ish. This doesn't mean it's pie in the sky. This doesn't mean it's not based in reality that maybe there's people hurting. Maybe you did crash your car. Maybe you don't have money. Maybe you don't have food. This doesn't mean it's not based on reality, but it means it's based on gratefulness, that it doesn't stop you, that you can move forward. So it helps you see opportunities instead of just obstacles. Some people go through life, all they see is stoppage. All they see are obstacles. All they see is, I can't do it. I want to be around winners who see ways, who see solutions, who see how, well, what can I do? Being gratefulness, being thankful, it keeps you grounded and it keeps you humble. See, success sometimes can inflate your ego, but gratitude, it keeps you centered. Gratitude reminds you of the people who helped you, the doors God opened, and the blessings you didn't earn. It keeps you grounded. It keeps you humble. This is the power of gratefulness. This is the power of thankfulness. Ego can grab you and snatch you like that. Arrogance can grab you and snatch you like that. And I do believe in confidence. I do believe in confidence. I do believe in knowing what our skill sets are, knowing what we do well, but the grace God's given each of us, I do believe in that, because the reverse is also bad. Don't call on me. I shouldn't be able to build the house for you, and you know you're the best house builder. But you don't forget the people who helped you. You don't forget the doors God has opened for you. You don't forget the blessings you didn't earn. It keeps you grounded. It keeps you humble. Number 5, thankfulness improves leadership presence. Grateful leaders are more approachable and more trusted. Never forget this. People follow leaders who acknowledge their efforts and celebrate their wins. I'll never forget one of my bosses at the United Nations, Jacques Fomrand. He put his hands on my shoulder one day and said in his deep French accent, Ramon, thank you. I'll never forget that feeling of him just saying, thank you. Because that's my love language. Don't need gifts, don't need things, don't need money. Well, I'll take some money, but my love language is really just thank you. It's just thank you. It's just appreciation. That's my love language. My wife, now everybody wants that, of course. My wife, her love language, for example, is gifts. She likes things. She gets excited about this. My heart does not pity patter about getting things. But I do love gratefulness. I do love thankfulness. My son one day sent me a gift, and it was a diagram. It was a whiteboard that he uses for his clients. And he had a whiteboard video mocking in a good way, in a fun way, my tips of success. I always tell him that life is a journey. When he was a child, life is a journey. And he did that right back to me as an adult. It was so impactful, meant so much to me. Next tip. Number 6, it's a competitive advantage in business. Before I get there, I want to go back to 5. Thankfulness improves leadership presence. Why? Because grateful leaders are more approachable and more trusted. People follow leaders who acknowledge their efforts and celebrate their wins. I didn't dive into that enough. If you're a leader and you're thanking your team, if you're a leader, you're grateful to your team, if you're a leader and you praise in public, if you're a leader and your team knows you appreciate them, woo, your team will do anything for you. They'll do anything for you. And if enough leaders would just say, thank you, if enough leaders would just show gratefulness, how much better would the world be? Going back to being a competitive advantage in business, Chick-fil-A is showing that, I believe, the higher profitability than McDonald's, just as a data point, as a point. And what do they say? It's my pleasure. My pleasure. Woo! Just that mental switch, which is now into a marketing slogan. Thankful companies deliver better service, build community faster, and turn customers into advocates. Think about any of the companies that have gone viral as a word, of the companies that have people talking about their product or services. Maybe it's not a perfect way they're doing it. Lululemon is one and others. But man, a thank you note, a follow-up message, or customer appreciation event differentiate you instantly. Number 7. Gratitude helps you bounce back from setbacks. Entrepreneurs face rejection and failure constantly. Gratitude reframes setbacks as lessons, not punishments. You can be grateful for the growth, even when the moment is difficult. Life is going to be difficult. This is a fact. Life is going to be difficult. It's going to be frustrating. But if you have an attitude of thankfulness, you can bounce back from the setbacks that you have. It keeps you being able to get back up again. A famous Christian artist, Donna McClurkin. We fall down and we get up. We fall down and we get up. For a saint is just a sinner who's fallen down and got up. That's the attitude. Don't stay down, get back up again. Number 8, gratefulness and thankfulness opens the door to generosity. Thankfulness begets generosity. Grateful people give more freely. When you're grateful, when you're thankful, when you know where you've been, where you know the past, where you know where you are now, you want to help others, you want to give to others, you want to let it out. Come on now, Alexandria. You want to let it out. And the generosity you have, the generosity you keep showing, it perpetuates because it opens doors, it builds trust, it builds influence, it builds goodwill. When I look at my live screen right now, just at the people who stop by and say hi, they probably got family coming over, they got things to do, whatever it is. When I think about Alexandra Nicole, this queen is fire. What she's building is fire. And that she would take the time to listen to Ramon, that's humbling. Dr. Will Moreland, one of the most well-connected people who I know. This brother's deep, and he takes the time just to be live with me for a little bit. Man, that's power. When I think of Diana, the business she's building, the mindset she has, the talent this queen has, and she's taking the time to be with me. That's amazing. It opens the door to generosity. You just want to do a circle of how can I add value? How can I add value? How can I support? How can I build up her business? How can she help build my business? And we all will thrive and grow together. Number 9, thankfulness builds momentum. It fuels momentum. It fuels growth. It's the gasoline of progress. Celebrating small wins keeps you motivated and dialed in. And momentum comes from acknowledging progress, not waiting for the big breakthrough. This is the power of momentum. It keeps you going. And then number 10, gratitude honors God and aligns your heart. Maybe you don't believe in God. I do as a Christian. I am a Christian. Maybe you're not, and that's fine. But for us who do believe, thankfulness isn't just a mood, it's obedience. It's what God calls us to. It reminds us that your success is not your own strength alone. And in fact, gratitude shifts your heart from striving to trusting. And number 11, it improves well-being and longevity. There's something about being thankful, something about being grateful that connects to your body. Science says gratitude boosts serotonin, improves sleep, and lowers stress hormone levels. A healthier entrepreneur is often a more successful entrepreneur. Thankfulness is so important. Thankfulness is the way to success. Thankfulness is the way to growth. Thankfulness is the way to get to the next level by being grateful. This is important. Alexandra Nicole says, thank you so much. It's been an honor to be connected to such impactful people like you, Dr. Will. I feel blessed to be aligned with you both, and we feel the same, Alexandra Nicole. We feel the same. So I encourage you today on this Thanksgiving Day. Yes, it's one day when we express that Thanksgiving more than anything else, but I encourage us all today to live in an attitude, to live in a degree of thankfulness. Live in an attitude of thankfulness and watch your day get better and better and better. My name is Ramon, everybody. This is the Rundown with Ramon. I hope this episode has been amazing for you and blessed like it has been for me. This is one day a year when we celebrate, when we're grateful. We go through America's history to celebrate our leaving from England. I guess the pilgrim, rather the pilgrims came here and left England. Yeah, I guess that's this part of the story, not the revolution, not the war, but left England. But we can also have gratefulness in our own hearts, gratefulness for each other, gratefulness for life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, gratefulness for our families. Those of you who may not have, go find another family. Those of you who are with family, invite one person to your home today to be with you. Be thankful. Be blessed. Have an amazing day. Alexandria, Nicole, I appreciate you. Check out what Alexandria is doing at EYG Events. Go to EYG Events. Embrace your growth. I always forget the G, Alexandria. I believe it's growth. Dr. Will Moreland, check him out. Dr. Will Moreland, all the amazing things he's doing. Just Google him. Invite him to be a speaker at your next event. And if you've been thinking about playing piano, thinking about being a better musician, check out what Ian is doing at The Musical Web. The Musical Web. My name is Ramon Ray. This is The Rundown with Ramon. Be blessed. Have an amazing day. And I'll see you back here tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. Take care. Be blessed. Thanks for being here. All right, we're back. Remember, if you have suggestions, ideas, thoughts, things you want me to share on The Rundown with Ramon, just let me know. DM me, put into a comment, email me directly, ramon@ramonray.com. Don't spam me. Don't add me to your list. I will block you so fast.